Today, we're diving into the most powerful tool you have for changing your life, your own mind. We're going to break down the science of how you can actually take the reins and learn to manage stress and anxiety. Let's get right into it. So, does this feel familiar? That constant, non-stop chatter in your head? The one that's always critiquing, always worrying, and just never, ever seems to shut off? Well, if it does, you're not alone. That's a fundamentally human thing. You know, psychologists have this perfect name for it. They call it the committee of the mind. And it's such a great description, right? It's like you've got this whole group of people in your head, all your different worries, your fears, your desires, and they're all arguing over what to do next. It's basically a meeting that never ends. Now, here's what's really fascinating. Most of that noise, most of what that committee is arguing about, it's not even conscious. Freud's famous iceberg analogy is absolutely spot on here. What we're actually aware of is just that tiny little tip sticking out of the water. The real drivers, all those deep unconscious wants and fears, are hidden beneath the surface, running the whole show. And this is the bottom line, the really crucial part. That constant inner battle, that committee meeting that never adjourns, that is a primary engine for the stress and anxiety you feel every single day. It keeps our minds spinning, either stuck chewing on the past or fretting about the future, and it creates this constant churning inner turmoil. So that's the big question, isn't it? What if you could actually learn to call that meeting to order, to quiet down the noise? Well, it turns out you can. And the method isn't just some feel-good idea. It's grounded in real, hard science. That scientific research really gives us a clear roadmap for how to manage our own minds. So let's start there. Let's look at the actual science of well-being. So, at its heart, psychology isn't just about figuring out what's wrong with us. Its whole purpose is the scientific pursuit of a better human experience. All the tools we're about to talk about come from decades of research into what makes our minds tick, and more importantly, how we can guide them toward being healthier and happier. And one of the most powerful of these tools is something called mindfulness. Now, it sounds almost too simple, I know, but this is a seriously profound skill. It's the simple but not easy practice of training your attention to land right here, in this moment, and just observe your thoughts and feelings without getting totally carried away by them. Okay, but how? How does the simple act of just paying attention actually calm down that rowdy inner committee? Well, the answer is all about how you're actively training your brain. Let's break down exactly how this works. Think of your nervous system as having two main settings. On one side, you've got fight or flight. That's your alarm system. It's fueled by stress, and frankly, most of us spend way too much time there. But on the other side, you have rest and digest. This is your body's relaxation mode. Mindfulness is literally the switch that lets you move from that stressed out state to the calm one, just by bringing your focus back to what's happening right now. And here is the coolest part. Mindfulness isn't just a temporary fix. It physically retrains your brain. We're talking about neuroplasticity in action. Every time you consciously decide where to put your focus, you're literally carving out new neural pathways, making calm your new default setting. You start to see your feelings without being owned by them, and you start to notice tension in your body so you can actually let it go. So, look, this isn't just theory or a nice idea. The results of this mental training are backed up by mountains of data. Let's actually look at the proven benefits, because the evidence is, well, it's kind of staggering. First off, let's just be crystal clear. Stress has a real physical price. This study shows a direct, undeniable link. You can see it right there on the chart. As a person's psychological stress level goes up, so does their chance of catching a cold. So managing that inner noise isn't just about feeling good, it's absolutely fundamental to your physical health. And the benefits ripple out into your entire life. On the inside, you see less anxiety, less depression, and you start to quiet that harsh inner critic. And that, in turn, changes how you show up in the world. It can lead to things like reduced bias, stronger friendships, and just plain better relationships all around. The physical benefits just keep stacking up. I mean, we are talking about real, measurable improvements in major health areas. Lower blood pressure, a stronger immune system, a reduced risk of heart disease. It can even provide powerful relief for people dealing with chronic pain or insomnia. And if all of that wasn't enough, it literally makes your brain work better. Which, when you think about it, makes perfect sense, right? If you spend time practicing the skill of paying attention, your ability to focus, to learn, and to solve problems is naturally going to get better. It's like taking your brain to the gym. So what's the big picture here? What does all this science really boil down to? It's about a complete shift in how you see your own mind. It's about turning it from something that feels like an adversary into your absolute greatest ally. It's realizing that peace isn't some destination you have to search for out there. It's always available right here in this moment. No matter how crazy and chaotic things get, you can always come back to right now as a kind of safe harbor, a place to rest and just reset. And that brings us to the final, and I think most empowering takeaway of all this. That committee of the mind doesn't have to run your life. Your mind is not your enemy. It is an incredibly powerful tool. And like any powerful tool, it becomes incredibly useful once you learn how to handle it with a little bit of skill and intention. And I want to leave you with this thought from the pioneering neuroscientist Richard Davidson. Just imagine that. What if we treated our mental hygiene with the same daily importance that we give to brushing our teeth? The science tells us that this one small, consistent practice wouldn't just change your life. Collectively, it could literally change the world.